Hello, this is Ben Hartley and welcome to the latest edition of the Manx Radio Newscast. Now, this weekend, you'll have a rare opportunity to be involved in what is effectively a time capsule in the west of the island. St Germans Cathedral in Peel is currently being renovated, and before the top layer of the new floor is added, the doors will be open tomorrow, that's Saturday, the 2nd of March, from 9 in the morning till 6 in the evening, for anyone to go along and leave their signature on the underlayer of the new floor. If you're happy to, you are more than welcome to make a small donation to make your signature. A card reader, I'm told, will be available for digital payments. And interestingly, today, that's Friday the 1st of March, pupils from Peel Clothworkers School went to the cathedral class by class to begin the signing of the floor. Before all of this, I went along to the cathedral to find out more about the time capsule and how those renovations are going. I caught up with the Dean of St Germans Cathedral, Nigel Godfrey.
So this will be the last time this floor will be visible, because I hear the rumble of lorries in the background bringing the stone in from the steam packet company's just brought over. So the stone laying will begin in March. So there'll be a layer on top of it, but really protected for posterity will be the names of anybody who chooses to sign the floor.
So in effect, it is like a time capsule, because I suppose goodness knows how many years from now when the cathedral is renovated again, I'm sure many, many years down the line, but when the top layer is taken up, underneath will be almost like a who's who of the good people of Peel, the island and beyond possibly.
Yes, indeed. But we're of course not looking for it to be pulled up in any great hurry. But yes, it will be there. And
great that the youngsters of Clothworkers are coming down later this morning, because the cathedral has always had a very close link with Peel Clothworkers School. They'll be the first people to actually sign the floor beneath us.
Some of the artefacts that are currently in the building and have been restored, for example, the font of baptism was paid for by clothworkers years and years ago when the cathedral was first built, and also the screen, which now has an entrance in it to the new chapel, was also provided by Clothworkers School. So clothworkers have been intimately connected with this building.
Just further to that, Nigel, are there opportunities for people to pay a little bit more, perhaps people who've been married here, I've been hearing over the years, to sign in a separate manner to tomorrow?
Yes, there's the possibility of people buying a flagstone and signing it underneath before it's laid. So that's a possibility, and we're going to put the marriage ones down the middle of the aisle where couples would have walked.
People who've been married here in the cathedral. Yeah.
Yes, and those who've been baptised round the font. And then there will be also the names of every bishop the Isle of Man has had in terms of recorded history. Their names and dates will be down the aisle too.
So you've been doing a huge amount of work here in the cathedral and the grounds for a number of years now. That's the building side of things. When do you hope the whole thing will be completed, or is it like one of those things, it'll be never ending, there'll always be work that continues?
Well, I'd like to think it will be ending of the main projects, but when we finish this, we'll go on to develop the hall, which is certainly in need of a redevelopment. But also the whole object of this exercise was really to put all community uses into this cathedral so that we don't need two buildings to do that job any longer. So we want to put social enterprises and other activities in the hall, which can double up the use of the site.
That's it, like many church buildings here on the island, across the water and around the world. It's not just about the services on Sundays now, it's about making them very much a usable space for groups, the community throughout the whole week.
Yes, so we will expect that things like Big Table Cafe, which operates on a Monday, to move into the cathedral, toddlers groups and so on. Of course, community groups that want to use the space would be very welcome, as would other groups like orchestras or banquets or whatever. But also in the long term, we need to make sure that this is sustainable, so that environmentally the new heating system here will be using green technology. So we're trying to restore the past, the quality of this building, and enhance it. We're trying to enable it to work for its living in the present, and also enable it to be flexible enough that it can cope with changes in the future, but also our target is to be carbon neutral by 2030.
Now, as a Peel boy, I have visited the cathedral here on many, many occasions over the years. And when we walked in just a few moments ago, obviously it's pretty much stripped bare of most things that are in. It's incredible just how much space, just how big this building is when you see it in its present state. How has it been for you seeing it like this as someone who's here sort of day in, day out almost?
Well, now I'm beginning to take it for granted, but initially when it was a floor right the way through, it took, I think it takes everybody by surprise. So people coming on Saturday will enjoy looking at the building.
Yeah, that's a chance to really enjoy it without hardly sort of any of the furniture in, as it were, as well. In terms of when the building is finished, hopefully not too long from now, what changes can people expect to see compared to how it was last summer when you sort of shut the doors for the renovation?
Well, we will make sure that the nave is clear of chairs during the week so that if there are exhibitions on around the building, people can wander in for that. But at the same time, we'll have activities happening and chairs will be arranged for that. So on a Monday, it'll be laid out, the nave, as seating with table and table service from the cafe on a Monday, that kind of thing. It'll change depending on the users.
That's an ever-evolving thing, I would imagine. And just finally, Nigel, if people listening to this want to donate in any way, I'm sure you're always looking for donations. As we know, this kind of work costs a lot of money. Are people still able to do that at any point?
They're always able to do that, but we're very, very thankful since July, we've received something like £500,000 from trusts and grant-making bodies and £100,000 from the general public, individuals. So we're very grateful for all we've received to date. And yes, I'm afraid it's not a cheap enterprise because we're aiming for the highest quality.
It's such a landmark. It's such a part of the community. How important for you is it that the building is in as good a shape as possible, presumably, to continue serving the community in whatever way?
Well, it's vital that we make a building which is useful and usable for as many people as possible. Historically, the naves of churches in communities were used for the marketplace of the village, or the town they were in. If you look at the records of some cathedrals, it's St. Paul's Cathedral, for example. There was a complaint about people playing cricket in the nave and breaking the windows. So they have been community spaces, and we're trying to open it up for that purpose. Not necessarily cricket balls, but for purposes that are compatible with everything else here.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Little Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.